Ladies and gentlemen, I have an update. This is the former San Jose police officer accused of sending racial text messages. He is now on the state decertification list. And this should be happening a lot more often. We should have seen this long before this cop. This is Mark McNamara. In a stunningly quick development, the name of the former San Jose police officer accused of sending racist text message rife with the N word is now on California's decertification list, which means if it is upheld, he will never be able to work in law enforcement anywhere in the state again. As promised, the police chief, Anthony Mata, recommended that Mark McNamara lose his ability to work as a police officer after he revealed that McNamara sent a trove of racist text messages stemming from him shooting a black man on the steps of La Victoria. And this was like back in March. He shot a college student. As of Tuesday, McNamara's name showed up on the post decertification list. His charge demonstrating bias. Post records show that the decision was made on November 15th, less than 2 weeks after the texts were made public on November 3rd. McNamara is one of four San Jose officers to be on that list. Efforts to reach McNamara have been unsuccessful. However, it is likely he will not choose to fight the allegations. He resigned from SJPD hours before the chief released the text. He should have been fired. He should not have been allowed to resign. The texts mainly stem from McNamara being sued in a civil court by football player Kewan Green, whom McNamara shot 4 times back in March of 2022, and his legal team. McNamara and other officers responded to the scene because people inside the restaurant were fighting. At least one man had a gun, plus, there had been a homicide around the corner. So what? Okay, if there was a homicide around the corner, it don't mean it was related to what was going on in that restaurant. Okay, so there were several cops that arrived on the scene when that fight was going on, and McNamara was the only cop out of several. He drew his gun and just started shooting. None of the other cops did that. He was the only one. And got some nerve to be complaining about the civil suit. Of course, there's going to be a civil suit. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Green had wrestled the gun away from a drunk customer during the fight. So, he was actually trying to prevent any shooting inside of the restaurant. So, KTVU obtained the video of McNamara being deposed in June. And that's a still shot from that video. And I did show that, a matter of fact, on the last video I did. So, a deposition paints a picture of a calm, professional, slightly annoyed police officer answering legal questions and expressing regret about shooting Green. But, really, the racist text messages pretty much overshadows everything. And you got to also realize that he put out racial text messages after the shooting about Keon Green and his lawyers. So he goes on to say in these text messages, this was after the shooting. In fact, the very next day. The other day, this N word lawyer is like, McNamara, you know, we can still find you guilty of excessive force, right? I'm like, yeah, then what happens? Nothing? Cool. Because I'm pretty sure the district attorney would have charged me if I used excessive force, but she didn't because I didn't use excessive force. I think I give an F what y'all N words think. I'll shoot you too. Ah, McNamara wrote. Wow. Yeah, but you got fired. So, in other text, he also stated that I hate black people. Mata calls the text disgusting. That's the police chief. San Jose Internal Affair investigators found the text while they were looking into an undisclosed criminal matter involving McNamara. McNamara seemed like he was just problematic on the force, you know, and they usually will cover for these guys. That's what happened with Derek Chauvin. He had a horrible track record as a cop, but they let him stay, and you see what happened. And they said, this has yet to be revealed. So, of course, there are activists and leaders that met with Mata and told them that he had presented the criminal case to the DA, who declined to file any charges. The chief didn't disclose any more information about the investigation. So they're taking his peace license away, and they should. This man should never be a police officer anywhere in the country, not just California. But I think this just bars him from California, which means he can cross state lines and become certified elsewhere and go right back to working as a police officer. Y'all remember Ron DeSantis was calling for officers that have been fired to come down to Florida, and they would get hired, and that's exactly what he did. That's all this dude got to do is cross state lines. But please tell me what you think about this video. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.